Good day, everybody. This is going to be an installment of another video for the Deephaven product. We look forward to providing these and getting all of the information out to our loan officers so that we can deliver the best opportunities for our team. So we'll start out Deephaven. All of the information is found in our portal. We've made great adjustments to the portal to make it easier and more direct and more informative for you. So please use the portal and find all of your needs there. So in the portal, you'll notice that there's fewer tabs at the top, but the primary one's going to be your loan officer support. If you looked into the resource center, you'll find numerous amounts of information in there, but right in the topics there's one that says Deephaven. If you click on that, that'll provide you with the program matrix as well as the contact for the scenario desk. Highly recommend the scenario desk. I'll touch more on that later. So please use your portal to get all your informational needs. So we'll jump down to the second most important, which is your product and underwrite guides. This will give you all your information that you would need. Credit policy. It will provide you the full details on it. Now in this case, Deephaven is actually located in the conforming products, and it's listed as a portfolio product. So please remember that, and that's where you'll find all of your forms and product program portfolio. So like I say, it's always there. It's available 24 hours a day, so you have that information available to you. Deephaven product is an unusual one in that it's one that, how do I want to say it? It's very, you've got to work from the outside in. But here's some of the things. No doc business purpose loans, yes. Lower FICOs to pass consumer lengths, bankruptcies, open collections, yes. Bank statement documentation, okay. Prior defaults, 10 property plus, foreign and nationals, non-warrantable, okay. No seasoning requirement for housing defaults, okay. Now each one of those may have different programs that it fits under. Not all of them are that way, but it's there. So what you want to do is you really want to start out by asking your client the questions. You need to make sure that there's a good 1003 and the appropriate questions have been asked of your client so that you can determine where they need to be. As I said, you will be able to stop this, look at these further, but these are the questions that you should be asking. You should be asking them all of these. You know, is it a buying? Are we buying primary or investment? How's their credit? Do we need to qualify them on standard? Or for, standard or bank statement, or the U.S. or foreign, non-permanent, U.S. credit, non. So when we look at this, we look at the, there's basically three buckets, right? Near prime, which has not had a major housing event in the last 2 years. Non-prime, which says that there's probably been a housing event in the last 2 years. And in the investment bucket. The investment bucket, while it's investment, but it also includes foreign nationals. So you'll start with answer those questions. You'll drop into the next. If it's a near prime, you can see that you've got they've maybe had some challenges, but they're healing and things are getting better. Remember, these products aren't made for long-term lending. They're to create a situation, a band-aid for someone. They know their situation, so they understand that if they want the loan, that there's times where they're going to need to get the information and make the decisions. So each time you look at these, you're going to see the product matrix. This is where you can go in and you can drill down what your client has and determine where they're going to fit. So each one of them, if you'll notice that they provide you with, in this case, there's two grade levels, A plus and A, and then you determine, what kind of loan amounts are they? Is it a full doc or a bank statement? And then you're going to look at additional program requirements. So maybe they have better credit, so they could drill down and get a better option. Then there's the additional information. Each piece of this should be looked at and determine if it fits the client's needs or the client's profile. So be sure to take the moment. I will tell anybody that wants to do Deephaven loans that if you don't spend an hour going through their information and getting familiarized with it and understanding it, your success rate's going to be much lower because you're just not going to be knowledgeable in working with it. So take the time. So we'll go through again, once you go through the non-prime, they've had something in the last 2 years that's drawing them, and it also helps qualify people that maybe don't traditionally qualify based on income guides. So they do show that it'll go down to a 500 credit score. They will tell you that there are very few that'll meet. If they've got the 500 credit score, there's probably underlying issues, but they do have it down there for the ones that can fit into the box. So not to say you won't get loans done, but if you're right at 500, pretty tough. Again, same kind of matrix, A-, B+, B, and then recent housing event, meaning that they could have just come out of a foreclosure and go get another mortgage. So they're going to pay for it. Remember that they know the situation they're in, and they understand that this is a short term and the cost of it can be high. Again, the additional information talking about it, and we'll go through this again with the investor because it does have a couple of different things. And some of the things that you'll want to look at is like, in the investor, there's two types. There's the investment where you've got your hobby investor, they're just doing things. And then you also have the investor advantage, which will allow you really to have a non-employment, non-income listed on the 1003. They're literally, they could be doing fix and flips. They understand. If you've ever been to any of those meetings and talked with people, I've went to a couple and looked at them, just groups, like meet me groups, and I've seen things 14% with a couple of points out there. So when we look at these rates, these are nothing. You can just take the time, look at it, evaluate your situation, and don't be afraid of what you got because you're offering opportunities. Again, look through. There's a lot of different products out there. I get it, listed for Deephaven, but by taking a good loan application, making sure you know the client's profile, and then dropping it into the appropriate box, which I'll kind of show you, you're going to find that it's not that difficult of a product. So take that moment, and if you take the time up front, you can be educated and you can do your client justice and get a deal closed. I consider these a gateway mortgage. I'll talk about that a little bit more. But if you look at the portfolio product, our credit policy, all of the information in there is basically the same information you're going to see on the matrix. It's just drawing it out. But when we look at these products, if you look at the product codes, if you notice, one is bank statement, the other's business bank statement, the other's full bank statements, the other's are full doc, so they're all the same, but they just have, it's a 30-year, it's a 5-1, it's a 7-1. So depending on where they fit is just what it is. So you don't have to freak out and go, oh my God, there's all these programs. It's just because they have different levels. Now the yellow highlighted isn't me highlighting it, it's corporate. So anytime there's a change, they will put the highlight on it, and they'll reference at the first page that this change happened this date. I believe it was May 7th that Deephaven made the changes, and they were all for the positive, increasing guides, making it more available product to everyone. So don't freak out about everything. It's not overwhelming. You just need to take and dissect it down piece by piece and drop it into where they fit. If you notice looking at some of these, I know I'm scrolling through it quickly, but I'm just kind of showing, hey, it's the same kind of information that we saw on that matrix. So just take a moment, take a breath, look at what you have, drop it in. This is the way all loan programs used to be. They had matrices, and you didn't have any online pricing or scenarios or anything like that, you were required to review the matrices and determine where your client fit. So I always, in these type of loans, excuse me, excuse me, I always have, I'll print them and highlight the information. So one of the things you want to do is, if you're in any type of PDF, Adobe thing, you can always hit Control F, which means to find. And you can type in a word that may offer you, whatever you're looking for. Maybe you're going to type in foreign national, and it'll pull it up. And then anywhere foreign national fits, you'll be able to see, and you'll be able to ascertain what information is required on a foreign national. Maybe it's the documentation, maybe it's credit, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But you'll be able to look at it and get the information directly, so when you have to answer these questions, you know what documentation to get. So I want to go one more step. If we have a client, let's say that I have a client, I've determined that they don't have a major event in the last 2 years. They have, let's say that they've got a 690 credit score. But we're going to go on a bank statement. So when I look at it, I first start up at the top. Okay, I don't have any lates. I don't have any of this. I don't have any of that. That fits perfect. I'm going to go for the 24. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. If you look at the different boxes, you'll find that each one of them is going to allow you to pick the information that you need. And then you look and you go through, you're highlighting, you're looking at everything, and you just break it down piece by piece and say, this is the information. And then I've got my borrower. Then from that, I'll be able to say, okay, I'm doing a personal bank statement, A+, so that's going to be the near prime, and I'm going to do a 30-year fixed. Boom, I have one product. So Scenario Desk is where you want to go. That's Deephaven Scenario Desk. Their information is on the web, on our portal. They can answer anything with regards to credit review, complex income calculation questions, exception requests, and guidelines. If you need help underwriting will always actually calculate income with you, our underwriting department. So reach out to them as well. It's a perfect opportunity to get all the information you need. You can reach out to the Blue Crew for more information. I do appreciate it. Thanks.